time no see. So I'm on my way to an autocross, my first one of the year, and it's been a while since I've checked in, and there's been a couple reasons for that. I've actually half shot a couple update videos, and I have not had any time to do anything with them. I have worked on the car a little bit. I've been actually troubleshooting the air conditioner and working on a few other things so I can finally put the interior back in and be done with that. But I have been so unbelievably busy with school that everything's gonna go on back burner. If I have a chance to drive, which is almost none, I'm driving the car. I've not really been doing much else with it. So really, I've only put a handful of miles on it since then. I went to 2 Cars and Coffee, and not a whole lot's been going on. I mean, I right now, the big project I had to work on this summer was putting a new axle in, and that's because after the last autocross, if you guys remember, I had a really loud noise. Well, what that noise turned out to be is a bolt on the half shaft had worked its way loose, and it was banging against the bracket on the transmission. So I ended up taking that apart. It put a hole in the housing of the axle, and I pretty much, I thought I was going to rebuild it. I took an old housing off another axle, and I took the whole thing apart, and it got to the point where I didn't have a tool I needed to do it. Well, then a coupon came up, and Advanced Auto Parts actually had an axle specifically for the All-Track in stock in St. Louis. And so I drove over there, grabbed it for 50 bucks, and I was on the way. It's like, how much is my time worth to try to figure out this axle, buy another tool, get it all together, or be on the road? So I chose the easier route to be on the road, and I kept the old axle. I'm actually going to continue taking it apart whenever I have a chance or opportunity to get a hold of the tool I need, and then I can put it back together, just have a spare axle waiting, which would be just a nice thing to have. Because the axle was still good. The only thing that was wrong with it is that the housing had a hole knocked into it from that bolt ricocheting and bouncing into it. I'll post a picture of that just because it's an interesting thing. So anyway, I haven't gotten a lot of seat time in the car, not a whole lot of driving, mostly had my nose in a book. And I'm sorry I've not been around and not had much to say or work on. I'm hopefully gonna find some time to do a couple more videos before the year's over. But the reality is, this is it for the next couple years. I'm so busy with school as I'm getting further along. That's my life now. I don't really do much else but school. So I will try to give you guys videos when I have a chance and keep posting as I can. But anyway, we're off to St. Louis now, to the family arena to do an autocross. And I don't know what to expect as far as performance goes. I mean, the car's doing really well and still pretty strong. It's essentially where it was last time we went. The only thing is my seat time. I've not really done a lot of driving, so at this point, it's really just go out there and have fun. If I can pull some good times, that's gonna be exciting. But for the most part, it's probably just me going out there and having fun and blowing off some steam in the car that I've not been able to do for a long time. So anyway, we're gonna head out that way, and then we'll get some laps in, and I'll wrap it up as we head back home. So that was a good time. I really needed that because I've been under so much stress and so busy this year that I really needed a good drive, a good outlet. And I had a pretty good time. There's a couple of differences from last time. One of them being that my radiator fans resolved, so those are on, which means I'm not running the AC while autocrossing. Car was a little peppier. It had actually two pretty hard launches. I was really surprised. Car did well overall. Same problem as before, where I feel like my gearing is what's holding me back. I feel like there's more grip in the car. There's more places I can go faster, but I would have to go up to the next gear. And it's just, I don't think, worth doing for as little as I'll be in that gear. I think if I put the 205 transmission in there and I'm able to stay in that third gear, I'll have a wider range of speed and hopefully be able to carry a faster speed through the course. Other thing I did differently, I'm using a new seat position. As I've said before, when I wear a helmet, my head's typically smashed against the thing. I'm having to do it sideways. I'm putting the seat back, and I have better head clearance. It's still tight, but it's better. The problem is, it just doesn't feel right. I feel myself pulling forward every time I'm in a turn. And I think the seat being more upright is going to be more suited to me. But it wasn't, I don't think it was that detrimental. I had a couple of passengers, they had a good time. Yeah, the car did good. You know, with the way I drove the car, I didn't push it all out. I really feel like I'm not practiced enough, though I did give it a pretty good push here and there. One interesting thing that happened, and people have told me this, I kind of read about it, I don't understand how it works. I was talking to a guy who used to race an Evo there. He says the same thing, but he still doesn't know how it works. You're in a turn, rear end starts to go, whether you say you let off and you've got some rear rotation, something like that. Instead of hitting the brakes or letting off more, thinking now correct it, punch it. Yeah, I don't know what it is. You would assume that having an open front differential, it wouldn't work. But when I give the car gas and I'm losing the rear end, it just goes. It just pulls itself out of that situation and it keeps going. And on my last run, it really showed itself to making a difference. So I really want to practice more of that technique and really get an understanding of what it's doing and maybe applying it more, because when I get really going on some of those Psalms, I get a little tail happy, and when I just give it the gas, pull on out. And so I think I might be able to use that technique to even shave more time off. As far as my runs went, so I had the couple that with the passengers, I did have one situation where I hit some cones, not a big deal. I got a little too hot. I thought that was going to be my best lap. I got a little too hot in this last Psalm and lost the tail. That's why the next round I tried the other technique I just talked about. And then the next one, I was almost switched my lap, and someone was able to fix the cones from the previous run from someone else, and they had to end my lap. So I got one more run after that. I didn't record the very first one when I had my first passenger. I did get 6 laps overall, even though I ran 6 3/4. So anyway, like always, I appreciate you guys sticking around. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time.